There he is, joining us on the Western Pizza guest hotline. He's still over in Europe. He's actually in Italy. Assistant coach with the women's flag football champion, women's flag football team from Regina, Saskatchewan, Tim Seiferling. Tim, how's it going? Are you just going to stay over there for a while, or what's the deal?
We're over here for another about 2 weeks, and then back mid-September.
What are you doing? A lot of just touring around, sightseeing?
I was hoping just to relax, but my wife loves hiking, and 3 of the past 4 days we've done about 35,000 steps around some mountains. Beautiful scenery, but I'm tired.
Okay, thanks for doing this. Congratulations, man. Like, what a story. You know, you look at the gold medal, the champions at the World Championships in Dusseldorf, Canada. I know it was, you guys are one of the favorites going in. It's not like you came here a dark horse by any means, but running the table, were you a little bit surprised with that?
You know, we knew we had a lot of work to do. We knew Mexico is a 1 seed. The U.S. is a 2 seed. We're always going to be tough. They're well coached, excellent players on those teams. We figured that if we could top off in our pool at 3-0 and, probably match up against Great Britain or Austria, we would have a good chance of meeting up with Mexico. So that's, obviously where we wanted to be, one pool in our number one in our pool, and then kind of navigate our way there. We knew we played them well. I know last year you and I talked just before, I think, Panama, and we had a good game plan against them then. And unfortunately, in the gold medal game, it was rained out. They were awarded the gold, and just had some unfinished business with them this year.
Did you guys have, I guess, any player step up? Maybe it's a little bit hard to say, but I think, I don't know if it was the final I was watching and the interceptions by that one lady. Did you have anyone kind of, really, I guess, step up, come out of nowhere, or come out from, maybe a spot where isn't as prevalent and really help?
That's a great question. I think there was a really big commitment with Football Canada this year with ensuring that we had camps and enough training to have our systems put in place. And there's a high dedication, especially with a lot of the players from the East. They have a ton of practices in Montreal, and I think the systems and the extra practices do pay off.
Yeah, well, did you guys have to pivot at all during the championship, or did you stick to the script? Did you stick to the game plan?
You know what? We were fortunate enough to stick to the game plan. One of the things that we talk about is rising through chaos when things are happening, to calm things down and just to focus on the plan that we have in place. And I felt that worked really well, both from an offensive perspective and a defensive perspective. Defensively, we had an excellent tournament. I think we gave up 78 points in 6 total games, which was quite impressive. We followed our game plans that we had in place, and no one really ever panicked, even if they had a quick score at the beginning like the U.S. did in that gold medal game. Just everyone calm down, work through it. We have everything handled, and game plans are in place.
Do you watch a lot of tape during an event like that, or do you kind of know what you're going to get?
You kind of know what you're going to get. Every team will have their personality. I know me personally, I had 8 hours of sleep in 3 nights. I will break down all film. I try to work on game plans coming up. We had some help from other coaches in around from Quebec that were able, because of the time difference, were able to work on some stuff, breaking down tape for us, and then gave us the opportunity then for Alex, Rachel, and I to put some game plans together.
You look at the championship round, and I remember seeing this and going, well, the U.S. might not make it through the quarters here. Like, they beat Germany by 1 point, and then they beat Great Britain by 6 in the semis. Talk about adversity for that club.
Yeah, it was incredible. One of the things I know going in, you're looking at how competitive all these other countries are becoming. And even for us to qualify, you're looking at that path that we were taking was looking at coming in through Mexico. And if for some reason, say the US didn't make it to that gold medal game, and it means that you're trying to get that Olympic position, but if the US doesn't make it to the gold medal game, now you have to beat Mexico to get into that. And that was something that was on our mind too, is you could technically be playing the US in the bronze medal game.
Yeah.
And for bronze, right? So we were watching the scoreboard, and obviously we wanted to take care of business ourselves and take that off the plate, which obviously happened.
It's a North American sweep, 1-2-3 with qualifiers with Canada, the U.S., and Mexico. But then again, in that bronze medal game, it's a 1-point game like Great Britain and Mexico, right? It's 20-19. Just fantastic stuff, and it's so exciting. So now that you guys have the berth, that you're going to the Olympics in Los Angeles. Like, obviously, I'm sure it's set in a bit. Has your wife gone on to VRBOs, maybe rented a place in Los Angeles for down the road already?
She hasn't started digging around in that, but yeah, no, it's on our to-do list for sure.
It's so cool. Did you watch any of the men's?
You know what? No, not a whole bunch, because we're just grinding away on this on our stuff. It was unfortunate. We did, when we were game planning for our last game, we turned on their game so we could watch it. And for the last, but actually overtime portion, we were able to watch it, but not live. I would have loved to have been there live. It was such a great atmosphere and a great ending for their game too.
I watched a couple of their games, and I don't know if it's the same in the women's because I didn't watch you guys play Japan. But Japan, Mason Nyas told me a couple of years ago, they run a different offense. It's weird and athletic and skill. And I watched, and Japan was maybe the best team in the men's tournament, and then they didn't even make it through.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I know for the women's division, we were prepared for a lot of that side snap, 2QB type of looks, quick hits, RPO type of action.
Yeah.
And the women's team went totally away from that. They came out in a base formation with a one receiver to their left and two to the right, pretty much for the entire game. They never came out in another formation. I did see some of the men's highlights, and that the Japan men were ridiculous, the amount of movements, and it's so hard to defend against.
Just when you think you kind of got some really good plays, and I'm watching that game and I can't even know how to write these down. What were they doing there? No. But Tim, it's awesome. We'll have to catch up again. I think I heard your wife saying she's planning a hike for tomorrow, so you want to go soak your feet.
Yes.
Thanks so much for jumping on. Travel safe, and we'll talk to you again when you're back in Regina.
Thanks, Barney.